If I was to ask you what is the most iconic moment in cinema history, there's only one right answer. It's the death of the beloved character Officer Greg in the movie The Last of the Grads. It's of course no surprise that I play this character, Officer Greg, in the movie because I'm the only one equipped with the skill set to truly embody such a powerful and moving character. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the death scene for you as well as his signature line, his catchphrase, "What do you want to do? Shut it down," which I'm sure you've heard many times by now, but maybe you didn't know it came from Officer Greg. So I'll play that for you real quick before talking a bit more about it. This fucking guy. What do you want to do? Shut it down? Fuck, I get emotional every time I see that scene, I'm sorry. Greg, up until this point, without spoilers, had cemented himself as the main character. And this is when the movie really took a bit of a turn and surprised the audience with Greg's death. Greg, God rest his soul, was such a beautiful character and really held the movie together, much like my previous role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 where I played District 8 Helper. Officer Greg was really the driving force behind this whole film, everything that happens after his death, with the characters of course being strongly affected by it, lamenting the fact that he sacrificed himself for the greater good. No spoilers of course, but Officer Greg is really the entire spirit of the film. And I bet you're wondering how this was even achieved because it looks so real. Well, it's not CGI, it's not even practical effects. I just died. They just fucking straight up curb stomped me and I died. But luckily they had an on-scene necromancer to bring me back, so I was able to continue to exist. But yeah, I'm breaking the magician's code and revealing it all to you. I'm showing you how the sausage was made. The reason it looks so real is because it is. That's the secret formula to this Krabby Patty. That actually fucking happened and was filmed. Officer Greg truly did die that day. And god damn it did he go out in a blaze of glory. I also really think this scene showcases my range as an actor. In the Hunger Games, I played a much more stoic, matter-of-fact character, kind of like a father figure to the whole franchise. Whereas here, I'm playing a much more laid-back, cocky kind of guy. Well, what do you want to do? Shut it down, big guy, huh? Well, what do you want to do? Shut it down? And then ultimately leading to a very gruesome and tragic death where you can really see the panic and fear start to take hold of him, begging for his life, pleading for mercy. But there was no mercy on that day. As I'm sure you and all of Hollywood at this point are aware of by now, I am one of the finest classically trained method actors in the business today. So, on set, I said, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it big, and we're gonna do it wet. So that's a real Bowie knife you see there, and that's actually my leg getting sliced. And then they said, Charlie, please, okay, that's far enough. This is more than enough realism to the film. Please, God, just stop, you maniac, you madman. I said, no, we're not done. This curb stomp? Fucking curb stomp me, pussy. They said, Charlie, no, don't, that's too far. I said, roll it. Let's go. And then bang! Officer Greg takes one for the team and cements himself as a cinema icon, a legend in film, who will no doubt be studied in college courses for years to come. Citizens Kane, more like Citizens Lame. Officer Greg is the ultimate character, and I put it all out there for this bad boy. I think Officer Greg is the finest character to ever grace the big screen, and probably always will be, until I take another role in another film. Since The Last of the Grads premiere last week, audience members have been shocked by Officer Greg's demise on screen. The New York Times gives it 2 thumbs way up. No one expected to be so emotionally invested in a character. Even if you're one of those guys that's like, oh, it's all fake, it's just a fucking movie, Officer Greg's not real, you're wrong and you're a fucking idiot. Take your diaper off and become a man. Watch Officer Greg and tell me you don't get emotionally attached to that guy. It's impossible. I became Officer Greg. I fully assimilated into the role, and what you see on screen isn't Charlie anymore. It's just Officer Greg. Officer Greg's using Charlie's skin as a fucking flesh puppet. And god damn it does the movie get improved because of my commitment to the role. I just wanted to share this with you because Audience members can't stop talking about the death of Officer Greg, citing it as one of the most powerful things they've ever seen in their life. Emotionally draining, but in a beautiful way, you know? Not shock for the sake of shock, but shock for the sake of making you reflect on your own life. Officer Greg was able to challenge the audience members to be introspective and really start to think about how they approach things in their day-to-day activities. I couldn't not talk about this role that I took here, of course. And that's about it. See ya. I was an extra in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I know, no autographs. I'm just a normal person like all of you. I put my pants on one nipple at a time and wipe my ass crack after a hard shit with both hands. But I figured I'd go into detail about this. I've talked about it on the official podcast a little bit, but I've never really dove into what it meant to be the world's most spit-on extra. When it comes to being a useless extra in a movie, I'm the cream of the crop. I'm the cream supreme. Does that mean that I'm the best actor in the entire world of acting? I like to think so, but on paper, no, absolutely fucking not. So this story starts like every other good story, every other fairy tale. I had just drained my nuts at a hard jerk-off session, and that's not a joke because I genuinely did jerk off. And in that like brief 5 or 10 minutes of just pure euphoria where you feel like you know everything in the universe, like you see the strings that hold it all together, I decided, you know what? I want to pursue some acting. So like every 21st century man, I turned to Google and I was looking up open casting calls and found one for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. It was in Atlanta, and they wanted headshots and full body shots shirtless. I didn't really know how to do this because I didn't have either of those, and I didn't really want to ask my friends because Tinder wasn't exactly around at that time, so I couldn't just play it off as, hey bro, I'm just trying to slay some punani out here, take these cool shirtless pics of me, let me flex real hard real quick. So I didn't want to ask my friends for anything like that, so I thought it'd be significantly less weird to ask my dad to do it. So my dad was snapping some cool shirtless pictures of me like every good father and son relationship, but what I didn't think of at the time is my dad's 6'5", he's tall as shit, and I'm 5'6", I'm short as shit, and he was taking them at regular eye level, so he was looking down on me, which made me look even shorter than I am. So I looked like a fucking action figure in these photographs. They ended up choosing me to play an extra, and when I went to the fitting, they had a hard time actually getting me anything because they had already banked on me being 4'1". So that was kind of nice and flattering when they're like, wow, you're taller in person, because that's something I've never heard in my entire fucking life. Usually it's, wow, yikes. But anyway, we do eventually find some clothes that fit me, luckily, as if that was a Herculean task. You could have just gone to Toys R Us and found some shit for me. But anyway, we move on from there. We go to the filming. It was about a week after the fitting, and the scene took place in this podunk shithole rust-filled factory that they were using for this location. I guess they had just nicely asked all the homeless people that lived there to leave, and kindly asked the heroin addicts not to come back for the course of the next week. So anyway, the scene I'm in, Katniss goes to this factory. It's District 8. It's supposed to be a hospital where she's looking over shit. I'm gonna play a clip from it here.
Here to fight with us?
I am. I will.
Here I played just a helping hand, some goofy goober who had no clue what he was doing but was supposed to be caring for a burn victim. They gave me a slight line to read. I guess it wasn't supposed to be like a SAG type line, SAG being Screen Actors Guild, where you need 3 lines to automatically enter it, so it doesn't really count, unfortunately, and it never would have even if it did make the fucking final cut, which it didn't. I will never forgive them. Boycott Hunger Games because they took out my part. But anyway, my line was somewhere along the lines of, this girl needs help, she's burned, yikes, oh shit, it's a burn, I don't know what I'm doing, I am not a doctor, it's a burn, help, basically just crying for help. That didn't make the final cut, and neither did a lot of other people's lines. There's an elderly man next to me that had a line. You can actually see him in the final cut here. But anyway, I was on a mission to solidify a spot in the final cut of this movie, so I was doing everything necessary, no holds barred. If I had to start rimming people, I'd start rimming them. If I had to start flipping tables and wet willying bitches, I was gonna do it. I was getting into this fucking movie's final cut, no matter what. So what I would do is I would chase around the action in my designated area. So the elderly man that had lines, I would keep scooting closer to him in between takes, that way I'd be there. They didn't use his line, so that slapped me right in my fucking face, unfortunately. I also really goofed around probably too hard. I would be like screaming kind of loud because they're like, be chaotic, be wild. And I was just like, fuck, oh shit, fuck, sometimes. And obviously that didn't make the final cut. I thought there'd be a slim chance of that, though, maybe in the background like an Easter egg. But I didn't put too much real estate in that. I didn't expect that to make it. But what I did attempt and really thought would make it to the final cut is when this kid right here, the kid who says, are you here to fight? Are you going to fight with this Katniss? I was originally positioned where this one girl's head is poking out. That was supposed to be me. But my plan was, I knew this kid was going to be in the movie no matter what because he's an actual actor. They paid him to do these lines. So my plan was to sit up as straight as possible, as erect as I've ever been in my life. The world's most perfect posture. So that way my head would be at like his titty level. So every time they'd have his lines going, you would see me. You'd have to see me. Unless they were going to fucking pixelate me like a UFO documentary, you were going to see me. But what they ended up doing is they told me to switch with the person they ended up putting there, which is this person that's poking their head out, all very cautiously, just trying to avoid it. I was trying to get in it. They're trying to stay out of it. They changed me because I was blocking their shot. I was too intrusive. So they ended up putting me a little more ahead. That's not to say I didn't make the final cut, though. It was, at the end of the day, a mission successful. If you pause the movie right here, you can see my arm doing the, is it the, I don't remember, one of these or whatever the fuck the symbol is for Hunger Games. But yeah, you can see me poking it out there. And yeah, that was my extra role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay, and I probably ruined a little bit of that scene. Not by design, but I was out for number one. I was going to be the world's most impressive extra on this movie. Unfortunately, they outsmarted me. But I do honestly kind of feel like maybe I did ruin a couple of the scenes that were supposed to be in there. Because, like I said, there was a lot more lines. But I'd keep fucking scooting closer to them. And I guess they probably didn't like me being in every single line. Which, honestly, I can totally understand. And that's not something that crossed my mind. I never thought that I would maybe potentially ruin someone else's line by just being there. But I can totally see how that could have happened. So, if you did have a line in this movie that didn't make it and you suspect it's because I kept photobombing the shit out of it, that's on me, and I'm sorry about that. But I mean, hey, it's Hollywood, you know? It's a dog-eat-ass world out there. I was just gunning for it, and it did not pan out the way I was hoping it would. But anyway, at least you can see my arm in there. That's it. See ya. The other day, Tiana came across an open casting call for the lead role in Disney Plus's upcoming Percy Jackson series. Percy Jackson is a series that's near and dear to absolutely nothing in my life. I've never read the books, I don't know shit about it, but I'm one of the finest actors of the modern age, and I felt like this casting call was made for me. Disney, you could have just reached out and asked me to play Percy Jackson. It would have been far easier than making this facade here. But I'll share with you the casting call here. They're looking for a 12-year-old to play Percy Jackson. And while I don't think I can pull a fast one on them and lie about my age, I do have the height of a 12-year-old, and I'm willing to shave my beard to give the appearance of one as well. I'm 26 years old, but I think I could portray 12 with the right makeup and the right team around me. So I did an audition tape, I played their game, I submitted my reel, and I'd like to just share it with all of you so you could see what the lead actor is going to look like for this upcoming TV series. Charles White is probably going to land the role, so if you were thinking of trying to audition, I'd say don't bother, because I've got this shit on lockdown. This will undoubtedly be the finest acting reel you'll ever see, and perhaps it will inspire some of you to improve your acting game to reach this level of mastery. Hashtag Charlie for Percy Jackson.
Whenever you're ready, Charlie.
Alright. I have to get into character.
It's fine, take a moment.
Look, I didn't want to be... Alright. Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you suspect you might be a half-blood, then this book isn't for you. Just go ahead and close it and believe whatever lies your mom and dad told you about your birth. It's easier that way. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time it gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. Line.
If you're a normal kid reading this because you think it's fiction, great, read on.
Alright, you're going, okay, calm down. If you're a normal kid reading this because you think it's fiction, great, read on. I envy you for being able to, line.
Be able to believe that none of this ever happened.
To be able to believe that none of this ever happened. Line.
But if you recognize yourself in these pages.
But if you recognize yourself in these pages.
If you feel something stirring inside.
All right.
Okay, I'm filming it.
Chelsea, get out of the way.
Yeah, I am. Out of the way.
That sword. Wait,
Don't hit the camera. Do not hit the
I
camera.
won't. Percy Jackson never misses.
I'll back you up. What? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Get him.
Oh!
Did you get him?
I hit him.
Put me in, coach. What the fuck you got? Put me in, coach.
Oh, he's going to the camera.
No. He's still up there. He's still up there. Oh!
He's on you! I got him. I got him. I got him. Finish him.
Where?
This is your final training.
Don't cut the electrical cord, please.
Finish him.
I got him.
Attaboy. Now give me a victorious monologue.
I'm Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. I'm a half-blood. And this, my dad's Poseidon.
Rolling.
Should I take it from the top or just pick
Yeah,
up?
do a full read.
Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading the... Son of a bitch. Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading this because you think you might be one, my advice to you is to close the book and stop reading and just believe whatever lies your mom and dad told you about your birth. It's easier that way. Being a half-blood, it's dangerous. It's painful. You die in painful, nasty ways. Fuck. These lines are complicated. Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading this because you suspect you might be one, my advice to you is to close the book and stop reading right now. And just believe whatever lies your mom and dad told you about your birth. It's easier that way. Being a half-blood, it's nasty. It's painful. It's dangerous. You die in painful, nasty ways. Fuck. What? This... If you're a normal kid reading this thinking that it's just fiction, I envy your ability to believe that. Shit. But, if you recognize yourself in these pages, if you feel something stirring inside, stop reading immediately. It's not too late. You might be one of us. And once you know that, it's only a matter of time before they sense it too and come for you. My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. And until a few months ago, I was a... Shit.
Until a few months ago, I was 11.
My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. And until a few months ago, I was just a boarding student at Yancey Academy, a private school for troubled youth in upstate New York. Am I a troubled youth? Yeah, you could say that. Fuck yeah.
Look, I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'd be grateful.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for Mom.
Please. We don't have much time.
How old was I?
7 months.
Matt? There was more to that line.
Alright, reset.
No.
Reset.
God damn it, Matt, I was in a zone.
I thought the water came at the wrong time. Look, I'm not expecting you to forgive me, but I'm grateful.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for Mom.
Please, we don't have much time.
How old was I when you left?
7 months.
Why didn't you ever come up? Shit.
I wanted to.
Fuck.
You tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I don't expect you to forgive me, but I'm grateful.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for Mom.
No, we don't have the water.
Yeah, I forgot the water.
Next time. Next time.
Alright. Please, we don't have much time.
How old was I when you left?
7 months.
Look, I didn't need you there all the time, but I would have liked to have seen you just once. Is there more to my line?
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you ever come back?
Yeah. Why didn't you ever come back?
I wanted to, but when I was with you, I became less concerned with my responsibilities. I was becoming human.
And that's a bad thing? Wow.
Wow.
I became Percy Jackson
I
for a
have
minute.
fucking chills.
Blast! It's Great Poseidon's beard. It's the Hydra. Yeah. 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 How'd that go? It's that darn Hydra. Oh.
Nailed it. Nice. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Crikey! It's the mechanical bull. Ha! Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. 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 Oh, spider.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Alright.
Look at that prowess with the one-hander.
I got him. I'm Percy Jackson.
You can get closer.
Limited.
Probably can step up if you need to.
Do I look good?
Mean. Yeah.
There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just one side of your lip. Snarl.
Alright, let's do.
Quiet on the set.
Who's that looking?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, there
give
it
me
is.
something else.
Look, a dragon.
Nice work.
Are those cool?
Yeah, that was really cool. Good work. Okay, so now. Okay, look right at the camera.
Photography producer.
Okay, so we need your name, your age, your weight, your height, and the city that you're in.
Okay.
Well, Percy Jackson.
Hey Disney Plus, I'm Charles White. I'm 26 years old, auditioning for the role of Percy Jackson. I can shave my beard to fit the appearance of a 12-year-old. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I have a decade of classical acting experience. I'm 123 pounds, 5'6", lean, mean acting machine. I know it, you know it. I was one of the finest actors that Hollywood had ever been blessed by. And even though my time in the industry was ephemeral, I made my mark on acting entirely. My performance in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 as the District 8 hospital helper was certainly one for the books, and to this day is still a more commonly discussed topic than the weather. I'd also say it's one of the most fiery debates we have. The what if. What if Charles continued acting in big-budget Hollywood productions past his glorious District 8 hospital helper appearance? Where would we be? Unfortunately, I was snubbed at the Oscars that year, and subsequently blacklisted from Hollywood productions in general by those upper echelon zombies, those soulless husks in the suits over there. But, as all of you know, I am to acting what the Wright brothers were to aviation. And you can only keep me down so long before I just need to spread my acting wings again. And I'm happy to announce I'm going for it. This is me letting you all know I'm coming out of retirement to try and reintegrate myself into the Hunger Games franchise. Once again, if you're not familiar with the lore, and I know all of you are because my character is more beloved than fucking Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, I was the District 8 hospital helper in Mockingjay Part 1. The unsung hero of the franchise, the glue that really tied everything together, and the catalyst for Katniss's rebellion. In Mockingjay Part 1, when she visits the District 8 hospital, I was one of the characters that did this. And you can see my whole arm. In fact, it even made it into a 2-page spread of a magazine, like a Playboy, except far more sexual. And since that debut, I have not been in a blockbuster Hollywood feature since. But the new Hunger Games movie, Sunrise on the Reaping, just announced they're doing an open casting call for anyone to submit like a 1-minute audition for a chance to be in the movie. I plan to win. Oh yeah, another really very cool movie thing. The new Hunger Games movie is doing an open casting call for one lucky fan to have a role in their new Hunger Games movie. So I was telling the boys, what we need to do is we need to rent out like the volume again, which is like that super high quality soundstage, and just make the most unbelievable 1-minute audition for this fucking film so I can be reintroduced to the franchise. But no, this is a very real thing. So you make a like 1-minute audition, and then you submit it to their, I don't remember what, but you submit it to one of their things by June 6th, and then you could be chosen to have a role in the movie. I love when companies do this shit. They did that for Karate Kid, yeah. What do you think your audition will be? You got a speed clap? No, I'm not going to do any speed clapping. We're going to brainstorm. We got a few weeks. Well, we have a little over a week. No, I think we have like, what, almost 2 weeks? So, I'm going to really try and get into that soundstage, come up with like a really creative scene. I'm going to act my ass off. I'm going to go for the fucking Oscar on a 1-minute audition. Just act out a scene from the book. No, everyone's going to be acting out scenes from the book, and there's nothing in their parameters that I saw that said it has to be Hunger Games-oriented auditions. It just needs to be something that showcases some talent. So it's going to be a little hard for me, admittedly, but I'm going to do my best to fake some talent. We're going to try and really dress it up with the bells and whistles. I just need to figure out what we should do for it. And I don't know if it's a good idea to reference my previous role in this franchise in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I don't know if that'll be a boon or a curse. Because if anyone from that production on the 2 weeks I was there for some reason remembers me for the nuisance I was, I'm fucked. So I feel like I probably shouldn't put that on their radar. You should send in a lore book with their character for the audition. Oh, like make up a character and like a whole universe surrounding my character? That's a cool idea. That's actually so cute. Imagine I send in a character bible that's like prerequisite reading material for you to appreciate my audition. Like you have to get brought up to speed on like the prequels that I submit to you in order to understand what I'm even acting out. That could go nuts. Oh man, you know what would go crazy actually? Instead of us trying to brainstorm something, I wonder if there's some way I can get in contact with like a really prolific writer to just scribble something together for me for an audition. Like get George R.R. Martin to throw together like a quick character synopsis and a scene. Oh my god, imagine. Don't you know Neil Blomkamp? Yeah, Neil Blomkamp, he wrote season 2 with us. Yeah, I could. Oh my god, wait a minute. I'll reach out to Neil Blomkamp. I'll pay him to write a scene for my audition for Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'll be spending this week getting a nice script put together, brainstorming what I should be performing here for the audition, maybe trying to get a nice set together so it's a audition they can't refuse. I'll of course be showering using Cheeky soap because I care about my hygiene, you should too. Cheeky soap is the best soap on the planet, we made it, and it is the best thing on the market. Go to usecheeky.com and get yourself some of the most high quality soap imaginable. It's also still 20% off until tomorrow for the Memorial Day sale. So after showering with Cheeky soap, I will once again be going back to the lab to really come up with what I need to do to wow them and guarantee my spot in this movie. I would really like to eventually get my paws on the director's cut of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Like, release the Snyder cut where it has my whole performance in there. That'd be great, but I bet that's just lost to time. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that has access to that. But if they did, I would love to be able to get my hands on that and somehow weave that into my most recent audition so they can see my history in the franchise, perhaps. Because the more I think of it, the more I think that might help me have a leg up here in this competition. I've already cemented myself in the Hunger Games lore. Like, without District 8 Hospital Helper, there is no Katniss Everdeen. Like, that's the brass tacks of it, I'm sorry to say. So if I'm able to, in my audition, remind them of that, and we can just retcon the timeline so that way I never die in the District 8 Hospital explosion, or maybe it's a prequel, or I'm cloned. There's plenty of ways of playing with that character. I don't even have to be the same character, but I'm giving possible explanations for how I'd reappear. But point is, that footage I think would be more important than the Zapruder film from the JFK assassination. Like, if we could just get our hands on that original copy of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, or rather, I mean, they did like 20 takes. If we could just get our hands on some of those, where we can see my character breathe life into the franchise and see what I did to elevate that movie, oh my god, I would be a shoo-in for this new role in the Hunger Games. I'm gonna be honest, I really want to be back in the Hunger Games movies. I didn't like the last one, like at all, really, but this one I think's got real potential with me at the helm. And by at the helm, I mean it as a very small side character role, perhaps. Really, whatever they're willing to give me. I just think it'd be so fucking fun. I was, 19 in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Now I'm 30 years old. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to hop back on the saddle again in this franchise, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a bit. I really am going to give like a legitimately 110% attempt to make a banger audition to get into the movie. We'll see how it goes. I'll post it on YouTube, of course, when we make it. But yeah, just wanted to bring you up to speed here with the latest plan. That's about it. See ya. Hey, so my computer monitor fell off the desk today, taking the webcam with it. It was like when Mick Foley got tossed from the cage in the Hell in a Cell match by The Undertaker. And unfortunately, when the webcam hit the floor, something must have broken because, as you can tell, something's gone awry here. There's like a perpetual blue hue to the filming now, and I can't do anything to fix it. I've tried for over an hour, and nothing seems to be solving the problem. So for now, the video is just going to look like it was recorded in a dream sequence out of a romance movie. Now, some of you might remember, a little while back, I auditioned for the lead role in the upcoming Percy Jackson series, and I'm sure any day now I'll be getting a call back, letting me know that I got the part. But I also decided, why limit myself to just playing Percy Jackson? Why not play other 12 and 13-year-olds in other media out there? So I decided that I was going to audition for the new live-action Beyblade series that they're trying to start up. I'm sure a lot of you saw the trailer for the live-action Fairly Odd Parents show. Well, they're doing that for Beyblade as well, and I thought, let's get ahead of the curve here. Let's be proactive. They haven't put out a casting call or anything, but I decided I'll do a demo reel and audition for the lead role right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my audition tape now, and if you're watching Jerry Bruckheimer or anyone on the Beyblade live-action team, please feel free to reach out to me, because I'm more than willing to lend my acting expertise to the show.
That one time, for a brief shining moment, I became serious. The same speed Moses parted the Red Seas. El Drago, bring him back!
So, give me your name, your age, and the role you're auditioning for.
My name's Charles White, Tampa native. I'll be auditioning for the role as Ryuga in the upcoming live-action Beyblade series directed by Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry, this one's for you.
And then, can you, yep, thank you. Here's to the other side, there we go. Yeah, yep. Thank you.
Also, Ryuga, I know, is 13, I'm 27, but I'm willing to shave my beard to give the authentic look. Ready?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ryuga, you're okay!
For a brief shining moment, I was serious. Fuck. Line, well, that wasn't the, hold on.
Ryuga, you're okay! That one time, for a brief shining moment, I became serious. Fuck!
Oh, what does he do? It's like 8 words.
I know, but I'm in his head, Matt.
Right, but then
I'm about to sacrifice myself, it's a lot. You don't understand.
You forgot 3 words.
But this is he dies after that, Matt. It's a lot of, like, endorphins. Alright.
Ryuga, you're okay! That one time, for a brief shining moment, I became serious. I promised. Kinta, take it!
That's what he vaporizes.
That
was great.
On this one, can you do it with a little southern twang? Like not full on, but maybe.
My inner shot.
Well, I don't know if I'll do the southern twang yet. I'm just gonna see what feels
do what
right.
feels right.
Yeah.
Italian, anything. Kinto! That was not Italian.
Take the gabagool! Kenta! Oh. I went backwards. Just take it,
Yeah,
Kenta.
Kenta comes after.
Here, we can do it. Let's do another scene, actually.
Like, just transfer your emotion into the ripcord pulls and like see how many different like what your range on wanting a rip.
Okay, so he's the Dragon Emperor, so I gotta like channel that.
Yeah. So you can
Wait, do you want to put red down there?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, I need something to kill.
Yeah.
You're going against your biggest enemy. You're done. You're ready to kill him. You just want him to die. Channel that anger and energy into it. And you're a threatening foe.
I would say so.
So what about this? You're forced to rip your Beyblade against a friend who you know you're going to beat, but you don't want to. I could feel the Italian in his face at that one. We maybe need to just shoot one death scene. I know we shot a vaporizing scene.
Yeah,
kinda you on the floor.
Deatomized.
Yeah. Just like full death. What do you think, or do they not need to see that?
Well, there's definitely
Does
gonna be
that happen
death.
in the show.
Yeah, I mean Jerry Bruckheimer's known for like very visceral, over-the-top gore,
Okay.
so I imagine he'll translate that to Beyblade.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna rip it by you, just to give you the effect.
No, you can actually rip me. I'm a method actor. Can I get some like fake blood, maybe? Like I'm bleeding out.
Yeah, we'll edit that in.
Okay,
post.
Well, I'll try to get you back. Alright.
Do it.
Let it rip!
Drago!
Hold it. Hold it. Blood's being edited in.
The post-death laugh.
You hit him right.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did it hurt that bad?
No, I can take it. I can do my own stunts too, Jerry. I revive you with like a reverse spin, and it turns back the clock, and you come back alive.
Oh,
Now
that's
we're just doing
perfect.
his job for him.
All right, here, yeah. Come
Yeah,
get down
don't,
there.
don't write the whole movie for him.
True, yeah, Jerry. I'll need a writing credit for that. We ready?
We're ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Kenta.
You didn't deserve this. Executed for crimes you didn't commit. I won't let it happen. I'm gonna turn back time with a rip to end all rips. The same speed Moses parted the Red Seas. El Drago, bring him back! Kenta!
I'm alive.
That felt like a good scene. What do you think?
I think that was pretty good.
Do you have any like words for Jerry? Because he's probably
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what's your past experience?
I'm sure Jerry already knows. I was in the Hunger Games. I auditioned for Percy Jackson. I think I should be getting that role pretty soon. I'm sure Jerry's already. I mean, attached to this, I'm sure we have my whole resume.
Right. We'll send it over with this.
So it's a pretty good resume. I think I could really nail the role. If Ryuga's not in it, I'm sure I could adapt to pretty much any character you think I would fit, Jerry. Thanks, man. If I asked you who are the most popular movie characters of all time, you would undoubtedly give the big four: Darth Vader, Captain Jack Sparrow, Wall-E, and the unnamed, uncredited District 8 helper from the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, which of course was portrayed by me. Ever since I exploded onto the acting scene with my debut in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, I have been at the top of most people's best actors lists, and for good reason. I was able to really sell a performance and drive that movie. Without that character, the whole franchise just didn't work, and with that kind of responsibility on my shoulders as a young actor, I was able to not only exceed expectations, but reinvent what it even means to be an actor. I transcended simple acting and truly became unnamed, uncredited District 8 helper. And as a result, I wasn't recognized by the Oscars. I was snubbed there, unfortunately, but I was able to amass a following of people that understand real acting, and my character is still talked about today, not only by Hunger Games fans, but just by movie enthusiasts in general, as one of the most important characters to ever hit the big screen. Now, of course, after achieving this level of renown in the acting field, I was inundated with movie scripts, and still am. In fact, recently Marvel reached out to me to try and replace Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but as you can imagine, this is just so beneath my acting talents, I couldn't help but giggle and spit in their face. I should have put a finger in my butthole and made them sniff it. Almost insulting that they try and offer me such a trivial role. With my expertise in the field. It's, you know, I love Spider-Man as much as the next guy, and congratulations to Tom Holland. He's doing great work. In fact, I remember an interview where Tom Holland said that Charles White was actually one of his main inspirations to get into acting, so I'm glad I was able to inspire an up-and-coming generation of actors, but that character just, it doesn't meet my strict criteria when it comes to choosing the scripts I want to associate my talent with. Which brings us to the big news I have for you today. If a fucking asteroid crashed onto Earth right now and brought with it proof that big-tittied aliens exist in our universe, that would only be the second most interesting news you'll hear today after this. 5 months ago, I posted a video letting you all know that I will be again gracing the big screen as Officer Greg in a horror movie called Last of the Grads. Officer Greg will no doubt be a horror movie icon after this airs, and I can tell you now the release date is May 14th. That's right, you can stream this from the comfort of your own home on May 14th. If it's too scary, you can hide under the blankets and get your mother to pop a titty in your mouth for some milk so you can calm down a bit, because this bad boy isn't pulling any punches. Now, of course, this would have been in theaters across the globe as well as sweeping the Sundance Awards, but just due to the pandemic and everything, it wasn't really an option, so we'll be going to streaming services, which is probably better overall, so you can enjoy it from your own home, of course. The movie is intense and gory and moving. I believe my character, Officer Greg, will be a character that is studied for decades to come as a masterclass in acting performance. And you can witness history on May 14th by going to Gumroad, which I'll put in the description below. You can click that link. It's $6.99 to rent the movie, stream the movie. But if you click the link, you get $1 off and then use the offer code. All of it's in the description if you're interested in checking it out. If you thought my performance in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 was impressive, you haven't seen shit yet. You most likely, like most people, thought that my character in The Hunger Games couldn't be topped. It was the zenith of acting, but I have outdone it. I have gone to a level above acting, and I will show you with Officer Greg. Just look at this picture here. This is a little behind the scenes action here. They won't show you this in school, because this is what it looks like to be completely on top of the game. This is me not reading the script, but becoming the script. Literally embodying the character. You can actually see me starting to shapeshift a little bit like a reptilian. I'm becoming Officer fucking Greg. And look at the fellow cast members surrounding me. They can't believe their eyes. They didn't realize someone could act like this, if it's even acting anymore. I'm blurring the lines of what it means to be acting versus just becoming. So you can see that I'm really putting my best cock forward here, and I'm really going for the Oscars this time. I got robbed years ago with The Hunger Games, and I won't let it happen again. I'll show you a couple more clips that I already shared with you of Officer Greg, but just so you get a little more insight into the character and how I'm able to deliver such a crazy, next-level performance.
I really don't think those kids should be alone in that high school.
What do you want to do? Shut it down?
That right there is Officer Greg's signature catchphrase right there. If Officer Greg was a cereal box, this would be on the front of it. What do you want to do? Shut it down? That line right there tops some of the greats like Tears, Lost in the Rain, and dog shit like that. This is a good fucking line. Delivered beautifully by Charles White. And who am I even looking at? Is that even Charles White on the screen, or is that just Officer Greg? Charles White is gone, I think. And now only Officer Greg is left.
God, what the fuck happened to you, Greg? You cry when it rains. You cry when it doesn't rain. You cry when you're dreaming. Cry when you're awake. Shit.
I played this fucking character, and I'm on the edge of my seat wondering what happens next to him. It's crazy. This level of acting I didn't even think was possible. I have impressed myself, and I already knew I was one of the best actors this world had ever seen, but this is something truly special. A masterpiece. And it's actually raining here right now, which, that's gotta mean something, right? Like, that right there is the tears of Officer Greg coming down, and he's crying about how beautiful it was to be in the movie. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it comes out on May 14th. You can click the link in the description if you want to order it and rent it, watch it, and have fun with it, go wild. Yeah, I just wanted to update because it was a lot of fun to be a part of the project, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and like the character. So yeah, get ready to go wild on May 14th. That's about it. So yeah. In the wacky world of acting, there's quite a few different categories actors fall in, like B-list actors, for example, very strong performers, but typically find themselves entering into either pornography or very abstract indie movies that are only understood by people on the verge of an overdose. You have your A-list performers, which is your headliners, the ones that will absolutely put asses in seats just because their name's attached to it, such as Leonardo DiCaprio, The Rock, Brad Pitt, the kind of actors where people will go out of their way to see every single one of their movies. Even if the movie sucks shit, they'll convince themselves it was great just because that A-list actor was in it. And then above A-list, there exists another higher level of actor. This is the S-tier, S-list actors, which is composed of only two people, Brendan Fraser and myself. So what makes us S-tier actors, S-listers? It's when we enter into a movie, we elevate it beyond just simple cinema. When Brendan Fraser or Charles White is on screen, we take it from just a simple movie for entertainment to a thought-provoking, philosophical challenging of the audience's perception of reality. You'll go into Brendan Fraser or Charles White film an atheist, and you'll leave a Scientologist. It just becomes a life-altering experience just because of Brendan Fraser or Charles White's presence on screen. Now, I'm happy to announce I'm coming out of retirement, baby. Yes, I said no to Ryan Reynolds begging to be in his Free Guy movie, and I wasn't entirely truthful as to why. It was because I was too busy lending my expertise to another film called Last of the Grads. And I'd like to share the trailer with you all right now. Now, keep in mind, I am not the leading role in this film. I'm not the protagonist. I'm not the front man. I do have a sizable chunk, and I would say I am the glue that holds the movie together, much like The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. But I didn't want the leading role in the film, even though I believe I could have done a tremendous performance portraying an 18-year-old high school girl. I just decided I want to ease back into this acting business. I don't need to go in with my nutsack and cock in the water. So instead, I'm playing an officer who has a sizable chunk of screen time, and I'd like to share the trailer with you all right now.
Last day. Last day, everybody. We made it. All those hours, all those days. Come on. Come on, last day. Oh.
See anything you like?
Rumor has it Steve Clayton walked you home from school today.
Who told you that?
I have my sources. Is it true?
Yes, it's true.
I do not believe this. Tell me everything.
There's not much to tell. I mean, he came up to me and walked with me and we talked.
Emma.
Yes?
Are you going to the lock-in tonight?
Oh, shit.
The Coast to Coast Killer just put out another message.
Oh, this again.
Wait, listen. The message says, call me Mutt. To burn inside. Find the keys, find the prize. A house by the sea, it's all in the eyes. Can you believe this, freak? I really don't think those kids should be alone in high school.
What do you want to do? Shut it down?
The lock-in's been a Shelby tradition for nearly 50 years. It's all these kids have to look forward to. You really want to screw with that over your hunch?
Why don't I even teach anymore? What is the point of this?
What the fuck happened to you, Greg? You cry when it rains. You cry when it doesn't rain. You cry when you're dreaming. You cry when you're awake. Shit.
I already know what you're thinking. Holy shit, was that even Charlie on screen? I thought I was watching an actual officer on duty going through some traumatic experiences, and just know, it was me, and that's called acting. It's just that I have this near superhuman ability to fully assimilate into the character I'm portraying and become one with them. And I understand it can be scary how powerful it is when it comes to my ability to blend in as a character. I could fucking portray Elton John, and then go to Elton John in person and convince him I was the real Elton John and he was an imposter. I am just able to truly tap into the latent feelings of every character and really bring them to life. In fact, bring them beyond beyond life. And for those of you that have seen a Charles White performance, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the kind of performance that leaves you wet in the trousers and wet in the face, tears streaming constantly because the performance is just so powerful and gripping. And speaking of gripping performances, you'll also have noticed from the trailer that Andrew also has a sizable role in the film as well. Now, I am an officer and he's a teacher. We don't mingle together. We don't have a scene where we're making out or anything like that, so I don't want to get expectations too high for a romance between Andrew and I in the film, but we do both inhabit the same cinematic universe here. And I spared no expense in this performance as Officer Greg in this movie. I tell you what, I went all in on this one. I trained with some of the most cutthroat officers, seasoned veterans. I wanted the officers that had seen some real fucked up shit. I wanted to train under the officer that went to Ed Gein's estate and saw all like the human flesh furniture and stuff, just so I could really see what it was like and what they went through in that mind state and start method acting my way into Officer Greg. So that way when you see Officer Greg in this movie, you're not just seeing Charles White playing a character. You're seeing fucking Officer Greg in some traumatic moments. You can really feel it, is what I'm saying. You can fucking smell it through the performance, honestly. It truly just exudes excellence. So I just wanted to share all of this with you because I always get super fucking excited about things like this. So yeah, I'm in this upcoming horror movie here where I play Officer Greg, and I really do think I elevate this movie to the next level. This could be a Sundance winner. This could be an Oscar-winning performance from me as Officer Greg. Like, there's so much potential. I was just super happy to be a part of this because it was a lot of fun. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but just expect Officer Greg to get real rowdy in this movie. Officer Greg is a loose cannon who doesn't take shit from anybody. And he may or may not be one of the coolest characters to ever enter into the horror scene. When it comes to horror, you have your staples. You know, you got Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, Mike Myers, Neil Breen, Tommy Wiseau, and soon you'll have Officer Greg. I mean, I tell you what, Officer Greg, he's a fucking great character, and I really think I was able to bring him to life. And yeah, so if you're interested, it's called Last of the Grads, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I wanted to share it with all of you. That's about it. So yeah. I didn't want to have to make this video. I'm starting this just like a YouTuber apology, but it really is that serious. Last month, as I'm sure all of you know, I auditioned for the lead role in the new Percy Jackson TV series on Disney+. I poured my heart and soul into the audition tape. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. It's really a masterclass in acting. I'm sure it'll be taught at most universities across the globe now. I think I speak for all of us when I say I would have been the perfect Percy Jackson. Some would argue I was born to play that role. Yes, I'm 26 years old and the character's supposed to be 12, but the beauty of my acting is that I'm classically trained and I'm willing to commit very hard to the character. I would have fucking Billy Madisoned it and gone back to 4th grade or whatever grade you're in as a 12-year-old just to relive the experiences in order to make sure I was in the proper mindset to play a 12-year-old. I would have shaved my beard. Like, I was really ready to go in for this character. And I thought I was a shoo-in. I'm sure most of you watching thought I was a shoo-in to get the role. But unfortunately today I've received news that I actually will not be playing Percy Jackson in the upcoming TV series. It seems like the cowards at Disney decided to use a real 12-year-old actor to portray the character. They were too afraid to take a chance with me. Nothing against the 12-year-old they did select, but that's bullshit and he should feel ashamed that he stole that role from me. I think what Disney's done here is truly deplorable. They wanted to play it a bit safer by having an actual child play a kid in the TV series. But why not have me play the kid? I have the proper height. I have the experience. 14 years ago, I spent an entire year living as a real 12-year-old. I have actually been through that shit. I could absolutely summon that power if need be. Watch this. Right now I'm speaking to you as 26-year-old Charlie. I'm gonna bring out the 12-year-old Charlie. Hey dudes, you seen the TikToks? Need I say more? Like, it's baffling to me that they would just go over my audition tape without even so much as like an acknowledgement of this is the best we've ever seen, but we're probably going to go with a kid just to be safe, you know, for the investors and the shareholders. You know, at least then I would have understood. They know I'm the best actor, but in order to just appease the suits, they have to go with something a little more streamlined. Okay, fair enough. But they didn't even give me that courtesy. This TV series had a chance to be great with me at the helm leading it to the promised land. This could have been up there in the conversations with the best TV shows ever made if I was Percy Jackson. It'd be in the same conversation with like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, Courage the Cowardly Dog. It could have been there, but now it won't be. Because it can't be. If I'm not there, this show is doomed for failure. You know what, let me show you what this could have looked like. One guy made a trailer with me as Percy Jackson just to get like the hype generating, kind of like concept art. So this comes from a YouTuber here who made this, and it looks great. My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. And until a few months ago, I was just a boarding student at Yancey Academy, a private school for troubled youth in upstate New York. Am I a troubled youth? Yeah, you could say that. Fuck yeah. How old was I when you left? Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you suspect you might be a half-blood, then this book isn't for you. If you're a normal kid reading this thinking that it's just fiction, I envy your ability to believe that. If you recognize yourself in these pages, if you feel something stirring inside, stop reading immediately. It's not too late. You might be one of us. And once you know that, it's only a matter of time before they sense it too.
Crikey, it's the mechanical! Ah! Yeah! Whoa!
Probably the best trailer that's ever been made, and it's for something that doesn't even fucking exist now, because it can't. Because Disney's too fucking afraid of masterpieces. It's so upsetting. It really could have been an incredible show if they had just believed in me. I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you this and hit you with the cold water. I know a lot of you are really excited about this, and honestly I was as well, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'll go ahead and let 12-year-old Charlie come out here and say a few words as well. Why'd you do this, Disney? Why don't you love me? It's alright. It's one of those things. We'll get another big role, I'm sure. So, yeah, just wanted to update you here. So don't expect me to be playing Percy Jackson in the TV series coming up, because I won't be. And that's about it. See ya. I'm sure you all know the new Fast and Furious movie just came out, and guess who saw it unsupervised? This fucking boy. Or formerly a boy and now a man. That's right, there's no clickbait here. I saw Fast 9 without my girlfriend. If you can believe this, she actually said, Charlie, I don't care about this movie, so you can just go see it without me. I had to do a fucking double take. I said, bitch, are you serious? You don't care about Fast 9? I was livid. I damn near stormed out of the house right then and there. I swear to God, if the movie was playing when she said that, I would have went right there immediately without saying a word. I was inconsolable. Saying you don't care about Fast and Furious is like saying you don't care about oxygen. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But as I marinated on it for a while, stewing in a warm bubble bath, I really started to understand her perspective. Maybe she just doesn't understand Fast and Furious. It is a franchise that's made for burly, lumberjack men like me, like a real man's man with a face beard and a dick beard. So maybe she just can't really appreciate that, because it basically is a soap opera for men. It's even said that every time Dominic Toretto mentions family, an angel gets a Dodge Charger. I was very excited for this film, so much so that I even threw on my best tank top to get ready. I threw on a snapback, the tank top, and I was ready to join the family for about 2 hours. Dominic Toretto let me suckle on his bosom, and goddammit, I appreciated every moment of it. I'd like to talk about the movie a little bit, but I'll go more in-depth in the Moist Meter, which I'll post tomorrow. So anyway, let's just dive right in. It's like Dominic Toretto says, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Family, 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 and family. So, the first showing today was at 3:30 p.m. and you bet your sweet fucking tiny hairless ass that I was there at 3:30 p.m. ready to purchase my ticket to the film. I didn't want any like biker gangs to get there and take up all the seats, which I'm sure they're known to do at every Fast and Furious premiere. I wanted to reserve a front row seat, the most uncomfortable seat in the house. I said, fuck it. I wanted to be as close to the family as I could possibly be. I wanted to feel the rumbling on my ass cheeks every time an engine was revved up, because it's like Dominic Toretto says, ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And those vibrations were definitely getting me somewhere close to winning. And unsurprisingly, I actually wasn't alone in the first front row seats. I was joined by a fellow man who sat next to me. Let me tell you something. I felt a really close connection to this guy. I felt like we had a neural link, bonded by overwhelming testosterone as we watched this film together. And I can tell you, I promise you, he was having a very good time with this movie because sometimes he'd let out little moans and groans. I don't know if they were like pleasure or maybe he had like popcorn stuck in his throat. I couldn't tell you, but it certainly was a unique viewing experience having this sidekick next to me over here making like weird sound effects sometimes. But again, it's like Dominic Toretto says, you could fuck a horse, but why would you want to? The thing about this movie is it's exactly what you'd expect if you're like a fan of Fast and Furious. If you've seen any of the last 4 or 5, you know that it's going to be over-the-top, goofy shit, and it absolutely is here, 100%. I think that's part of the appeal and the fun of it. It's not like a bad movie or anything like that, of course. In fact, I'd argue it's the best movie ever made. Because this movie had me feeling so much testosterone swelling inside of me, I wanted to lean to the gentleman next to me and just ask for a fist bump. Maybe even put my hand on his thigh. Like, it was getting wild. Like, every single time the music would kind of slow down a little bit, Vin Diesel would come on screen and say, "Hey, pass me that socket wrench." God, I'd recoil in my fucking chair. I'd be like, get this man a fucking socket wrench. He's got a world to save. And then, I don't want to spoil anything, but they go to space. I'm pretty sure that's in the trailers. So when they said, how are we getting to space? And the solution is, we're going to fucking drive into space. It's like, well, obviously, how else are you going to get there? It's exactly what fits the male fantasy, you know? This is what we want. God damn it. My only big complaint is I think there's a little too much talking and not enough titties or action. Like, you know, the dialogue's not bad, you know, it's very story heavy, and of course it's a movie about family. It's one of the very few family movies left. It's very focused on it, kind of like how Death Stranding was its own genre, the Stranding type game. Fast and Furious is of course known as a family type movie. And that's great and all, but I think they really dialed it up to 10 on this one. There's a lot of dialogue, and not all of it's great, but some of it is. Like, there's some memorable lines, like the time John Cena says, "Hey, Dom, I'm not your friend." It's like, Jesus Christ, you know, like, I felt that. Like, goddamn, you know? And then he just fucking shifts gears and fucking pumps it. It's like, damn, you're gonna leave him like that? That's dirty. Then he drives off a cliff and gets picked up by a plane, you know? It's like, that's one hell of a way of making an exit. But again, I mean, no big complaints, of course. There's so many cars in this movie. Every time I hear an engine rev up in the real world, even if it's like a fucking smart car turning on its electric engine, I'm gonna get a boner. Like, tonight I'm going to hear screeching tires in my wet dreams. Like, when I was leaving the movie theater, I was ready to hop in my car and just do fucking donuts in the parking lot. I wanted to go up to strangers and ask them to pop the hood. And, like, bare hand the carburetor and then ask for a wrench. You know, like, I was feeling like a car man. Like a big car man. So, yeah, you know, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. Because, you know, it's not every day you get to go see Fast and Furious by yourself. So, yeah, you know, that's all I wanted to talk about. That's about it. So, yeah.